Peace, chiefs, and deers. It's Bronzebird here with another video. Before I begin, like and subscribe. Thank you. So I wanted to do a prelude into, this whole thing about food that is. It was a conversation I had with a couple of people revolving around a franchise known as Subway, where they got into big trouble because they have a class action lawsuit against them because of the fact of the matter it's been found that one of their ingredients is not the ingredients they say that it is. And the thing about it is, I'm going to share an article with you today, and then I'll probably make another follow-up video to this in order to rectify my point on exactly what is it happens with fast food franchises. And it's really funny that this goes on because here in the United States, I'm under the whole entire perception that when it comes to a lot of these large restaurants or franchises themselves, they do include a lot of these nonsense ingredients and chemicals inside of your food, but don't want to tell you it and say that it's just about protecting the food and making sure the food lasts longer and all these different things. A lot of the times it's BS. What do I always say? I usually say on YouTube and real life that the Food and Drug Administration go hand in hand, obviously. The pharmaceutical company and the Food and Drug Administrations go hand in hand. The whole entire plight is to keep people on a whole entire cord of dependency so that you can still be dependent upon, medicine and all these different things because you're out here just eating food without even understanding what you're eating. Now, of course, now today you have a lot of these vegan scholars that come out and say, oh, well, you shouldn't be eating meat and you shouldn't be doing that. I don't tell people stuff like that. I just tell people you need to be careful on the things you put inside of your body. And you need to be very cognizant of what the ingredients are in these different things. Research, easy research. Google is your friend. So I'm going to read this article and give my commentary afterwards so you can just check this out and we'll be on our merry way with it. So it says, Subway CEO defends the chain's tuna, which was the ingredient that was the class action lawsuit was about, and says he absolutely eats its tuna subs. It's one of my 2 favorite sandwiches. Shout outs to Grace Steen and Insider. So this is the quick points that they wanted to say. Subway has vigorously defended its tuna, saying it buys only skipjack and yellowfin tuna. And with that being said, the whole entire fish market that is, they have a lot of these like farming of fish and all these different things. And let's not play games like we're not in some whole entire, shortage when it comes to food at this very moment in 2021, which has been going on for years. But, they try to put it under wraps. And my thing about it is with a lot of these franchises, in case you guys don't know, they do use substitutes in order to make these sandwiches and make these meats. It is what it is. There's no lying on this. And then when it even comes to vegetables, a lot of people have to understand some of these vegetables that y'all eat are artificial. They're hybrids. So in the United States, they do a lot of nonsense that is. And then when it comes to other countries, they don't allow for stuff like that. If you check on certain websites and all these different things like that, a lot of the foods out in the US or the chemicals that's in the US that they put in food is actually banned in 30 other countries. So people have to be aware of that. So let me continue. Subway CEO John Chedsey said Tuesday that he absolutely ate the chain's tuna sandwiches. A lawsuit claimed Subway's tuna wasn't actually tuna. Subway has repeatedly said it uses 100% tuna. Subway overhauled its menu and ingredients on Tuesday, but didn't touch its tuna, Chedsey said. So just reading on, the chief executive of Subway has hit back at claims the sandwich chain's tuna isn't actually tuna. Subway on Tuesday launched what it said was its biggest ever menu overhaul, but didn't touch its tuna. CEO John Chedsey told CNN. We're very proud of our tuna, he said, adding that he absolutely ate the chain's tuna sandwiches. It's one of my 2 favorite sandwiches, he said. And I'm gonna just get to the point. The plaintiff, Karen Donawa and Nilima Ammon filed a class action lawsuit in January claiming the Subway's tuna was made from a mixture of various concoctions, as it usually is with a lot of these foods that's out here. It's not just the tuna itself. It's a lot of these meats that don't just include the meat itself, it includes some other stuff. You know, whether you're talking chicken, beef, turkey, all these different things out here, even your bread can be consistent of their various concoctions. So people need to be aware of that. The lawsuit said this made it cheaper for Subway. Of course, because when it comes to the labor of maintaining these type of foods, it's always about trying to add things in so that it could go the cheaper route. Because they have to pay for stuff like this and make sure that they're getting the top of the top chemicals and all these different things in your food, right? Subway has vigorously defended its tuna, saying it buys only skipjack and yellowfin tuna from fisheries with stocks that aren't overfished. The lawsuit claimed independent testing repeatedly affirmed Subway made its tuna product with no tuna fish. The New York Times sent some of the Subway's tuna to a commercial lab, which told the publication that no amplifiable tuna DNA was present in the sample, leaving it unable to identify the species. Chitsey defended the chain's tuna in his CNN interview. And I'll probably be doing an analysis on what he says later this week or later this time, as this is just a prelude video so that you guys can have an understanding about what's in your food. Because it's a conversation we need to have, especially when we're talking about how they do this in America. I say follow the science. And if you follow the science, once tuna's cooked, its DNA becomes denatured, which means when you go to test it, which the New York Times admitted, you can't tell one way or the other, he said. And I mean, I understand where he's coming from with that. I mean, there's just this whole entire process with food and animals that die, and, you know, they go ahead and they cook it and stuff like that. They take out a lot of different various, you know, ingredients or elements outside of the animal, and, you know, but I don't think that's a relative, you know, comeback. I don't agree with that, because you still would be able to identify the tuna one way or the other. It doesn't matter. It still would be actively still in there, regardless of the processes that you use. He referred to the chain's website, subwaytunafacts.com, which he said would take you through all the science. The plaintiffs in the complaint amended their claims in June to focus on whether Subway served 100% sustainably caught skipjack or yellowfin tuna. The question what kind of tuna it is, Chitsey told CNN on Tuesday, but they acknowledged that it is 100% tuna. The chain rolled out its revamped menu on Tuesday that a press release said it included improvements to almost every core menu item, new products, including artisan Italian or hearty multi-grain bread, deli-style sliced ham and turkey, and smashed avocado. We've been working on this refresh for 15 to 16 months, and if you notice, the one thing we did not touch was our tuna. Chitsey told CNN, people love our tuna. We're very proud of our tuna. So I think that's really the end of the story. And I mean, hopefully the testing comes out where this basically is just a fallacy and it's a lie, but, you know, more or less I'm already on the deep end to know and have an understanding that a lot of your favorite franchises uses a lot of different concoctions in their meats and their whole entire menus or food products that they put out there in order to retain the freshness of it or to sit up there and have it have more shelf life. And you know, the meats in particular, like I told y'all before, don't just think that when you're just eating beef or you're eating turkey or even fish, it's just naturally that. There's definitely probably other ingredients they put in there and chemicals that stuff like that happen. And let me just be real, US is full of a lot of crap. They are. They're full of a lot of crap. They're not giving you the real 100 real deal, all these different things. Nowadays, a lot of people get gassed up in this whole entire idea of labels saying USDA organic, and you know, these vegans get all happy when they have foods such as the Impossible Burger and all these different things out here to have substitute for meats, aka fig meats and all these different things. And a lot of people are being bamboozled off of the products y'all make. Organic is not really organic, in my opinion. What I feel when they say organic is that they're just using less less ingredients in those type of products that make it seem as if they care for you and all these different things and stuff like that. And with Subway in particular, this isn't the only allegation they had when it came to their products. Like years ago, Subway had a whole entire allegation or maybe another lawsuit in which they was tested on the fact of the matter that their bread includes fire retardant ingredients in there and other ingredients in there that's used for specific household products. I heard something like allegedly it's been said that their bread also included something like material that's used for yoga mats, man. I mean, honestly, this is just like research I did, but I mean, look, listen, don't be, all I'm saying is don't be fooled by a lot of these people out there that talk about these franchises out here that talk about they helping you and they want to help you eat healthier and all these different things. Even vegans are not safe. You know, that's why I try to make the comparisons. That's why I don't believe vegans half the time. It's just about trying to understand the stuff that you put in your body. My advice to people, you should get products that has less ingredients, okay? And if it has those ingredients in there that's chemically balanced and all this other stuff, or they have more chemicals in there, research where what those ingredients are. That's it and that's all. So that you have an understanding what it is. Because y'all sitting up there putting chemicals in your body. And I'm not sitting up there saying that I'm a saint to this also. I'm still very cognizant to the point that I might be putting chemical stuff in my body because unfortunately in America, no matter where you go, doesn't matter even what community you are in, usually you're going to find a lot of food and a lot of drinks with a lot of nonsense inside those ingredients, okay? So it's just about having understanding. The less ingredients, the better it is, which is probably going to be more pricier because understanding the whole entire inflation period and about how they're trying to make food more expensive and all these different things because we're in a food shortage. They're going to go ahead and try to find a way on making things very much outlandishly expensive for people who are more health conscious and want to understand what's in their food. It's a sad world, man. But I'm going to be probably maybe doing a series off of this so that you guys can get a frontal view about what you put inside of your body. Otherwise than that, peace.